Next up, though, we do know a bit more about this player. Not so much in recent times, but
he's solid.
Alan Nixon has tweeted that Sheffield Wednesday are considering a return for centre-half Mark Beevers. Peterborough would let him go. There's other League One interest, apparently.
Are we getting the gang back together? We're going to see
I was going to say, yeah, Tommy Spur, bring
Richard
back
O'Donnell,
Danny Bath,
yeah.
You know, just bring back all the centre backs. Why not?
Ben Marshall.
I tell you what.
Well, Ben Marshall's in non-league. We'll get him back.
Gee, that's so weird, isn't it? That people aren't. This is probably like the first 2 years where we've not gone bring Ben Marshall back, and it's in non-league. So many Wednesday players wanted him back. Let's bring Antonio back. He's doing. I don't think he's doing much, is he?
No.
Oh God.
He's having fun in Jamaica.
Bring Nile Ranger back. We need a bit of excitement.
Excitement, yes. Back pages and front pages, no.
So this has been corroborated by the reports as well that there is the interest there. Now, we know a bit about Mark Beevers. Obviously, at the time, a few people weren't too happy about him leaving. A few people were thinking, right, it's right he moves on.
Mm.
But obviously, after us, he went to Millwall and was at Millwall for quite a while, was quite consistent with Millwall. Been at Bolton for quite a while until 2019, and then at Peterborough since 2019. Now, this is a player that made 161 appearances for us, scoring 4 goals.
Yeah.
And he came up through our academy. He's our academy player, right?
Yeah.
Is he a Wednesday fan, Beevers?
Yes.
I always, because I was younger when he was in our side.
Yeah, he is.
Not that young, but yeah. So it makes sense because we're talking about an experience. We don't have an experienced centre back. Beevers is now 32.
No, we really don't actually, do we?
And he played 45 times, 49 in all competitions last season in Peterborough's promotion season. And he's for me, this is quite...
It makes sense.
Good if this happens. I know we don't like looking backwards, but like he got promoted from this league last season. He's a Wednesday fan. We need an experienced
he'll put his body
centre-back.
on the line, like we were on about.
He's 32, so he's coming to. He's going to be his last hurrah with his boyhood club. He has only played 11 times this season, so we'll have to get him back to fitness. But
makes sense.
It does, because what I wanted to say now is he made 161 appearances for us, right? But he left us when he was 23-ish.
Yeah.
He's now 32, and he's clocked 150 appearances with Millwall, 4 of those seasons being in the Championship, right? 2 in League One. Let me just finish this.
He'll know Gregory as well.
Yeah, so Bolton, he made 132 appearances for them in League One. 1 of those seasons in the Championship for 2, and then 2 seasons in League One with Peterborough United, 97 appearances for them overall, obviously in the Championship this season. He is a League One centre-back that knows how to get out of the league.
Yeah.
You know? He did it with us. Granted, he only made 7 appearances in that season, but he did it with us.
Yeah.
So...
Gregors and Palmer get on the blower and go, come on, you're coming back.
Yeah, fun fact. Fun fact from Wikipedia here. On the 23rd of March 2008, Beevers was called up to the England 19 squad, replacing Chelsea's Sam Hutchinson.
No way! That's awesome. Oh, we're going to have tension at the back. Replace me. I think the only concern a little bit is that he's coming back from injury, but that's the reason why we're getting him.
He's also going to be one of our last players we signed that was born in the 80s. How weird is that we get to that point?
Well, then again, you watch Patrick Vieira and sodding Steven Gerrard on the touchline in games. It's like, right, I've hit that period where my dad told me that it's getting to the point where when you start seeing that in football, you're old.
Yeah, I got to the point where I was like, when you wouldn't be any longer considered young potential as a footballer. I was like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. And when
unless your name's Harry Kane, who was the young footballer for up to 26.
Yeah,
he's a young promising.
I mean, are you telling me now I could get some boots on then and win the Golden Boot at World Cup?
Yeah. Well, Jesse Lingard
technically I could.
Jesse Lingard keeps being told he's the best youth player at Manchester United by some of their fans. So
yeah, and he's like 30 now, Jesse Lingard as well. But yeah, I'd be happy to see Mark Beevers back, and I know you hate looking at the past, but looking at it realistically, it's a good move.
He's a League One player.
But there has been some talk about it being. Well, Yorkshire Live were reporting that reports, though, linking Beevers with the Owls' return have been believed to be wide of the mark. Now, Nixon gets some stuff wrong, but Nixon's usually pretty spot on with stuff.
He's normally pretty bang on, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he has dropped some. Every journalist gets fed down some pathways.
Unless you're through it, so we've been getting everything right constantly recently. Then yeah.
Yeah, but Yorkshire Live follow up here with it. It's thought that Moore ideally wants to sign an experienced player, but someone has been playing regular first-team football, end quote. We're not really in a position to argue. If they're going to let him go on a free, you bring in that experience, right? Because
you said you wanted bodies. You're looking at a 19-year-old who hasn't played many games, and there's a 32-year-old who knows League One.
Yeah.
Who can get up to speed
This
faster.
just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because unlike some players, and I'm not going to say it's in our squad currently, but unlike some players, if you're a Wednesday fan, you're going to do everything you bloody can to be on that pitch, right?
Well, of course you are, because if you go to your nan's house the next day knowing you put a bad performance in, you ain't getting the extra Yorkshire pudding.
No, exactly. But also... I love that. But you're not getting, think about Shaw last season. Oh, I'm a Wednesday fan. I'm going to fight till the end of the season, then go to Celtic, that sort of thing. This is a guy who knows it's coming towards the end of his career. He's going to give everything he can to get this club back to where it can be before he ends his career. Because he can then look at it and go, do you know what? I contributed to getting my club back on the right path. It makes sense. Bring him back. Let us know what you think. In the comments to all of this. If you are watching on YouTube, if you are a podcast listener, thank you as always for your quiet yet consistent support. Nearly did so well with talking today as well, didn't I?